Before I start this video, I wanted to put this all into context because for me, this highlights, if not looked into, how easy it can be to simply miss so much history. So I travelled to Hampshire because I had seen a record of a fairly well preserved Stanton air raid shelter on the outskirts of formerly RAF Lasham, which was an airfield built in 1942 and was mostly well known for Number 2 Group, which stationed de Havilland Mosquitoes. But in terms of the air raid shelters, there had only actually been one documented. So, as is normally the case with former World War II airfields, I realised that there may be more hidden air raid shelters in the area. And due to not being local to Hampshire, I was amazed at what I found. So please enjoy this video in all its rawness. Morning everybody, I'm in Hampshire today and I tell you what a treat I've got for you today. We're exploring two air raid shelters that were part of a former RAF base situated, RAF airfield situated in Hampshire. I'll tell you more about that when we get to the second one because I think we should be spoilt by the first one first. See you on the other side, come on. Wow, we're in for a treat today, I think. I'm trying to hold back fire a little bit on some of the history of this. We'll do that in the second one because this one really shouldn't exist. And what I mean by it is that this isn't recorded on the maps, this air raid shelter. The second one is, which we're going to, but this one isn't. So we're going to do it a little bit back to front today. But this is incredible. I'm assuming it's a Stanton like the one that we're going to hopefully visit as well. The one that is labelled. And this was so well hidden that I just had a bit of a hunch. So I think the best thing to do is to go inside obviously and take a look. Come on. So welcome inside this amazing Stanton shelter. I'm hoping we can find another one on this site. It would be amazing if we could. Like I said intentionally, this one was meant to be a bit of a bonus, but we're sort of doing it in reverse just because of actually where I'm located at the moment. But it's in remarkable condition. Just check down there. Wow. There's a brick partition there, which could have negated a toilet, we assume. There's our escape hatch. And then if we turn around, the condition's actually rather good. If you ignore the floor, the condition's pretty damn good, to be honest with you. We've seen on this channel many different types of Stanton shelter in all different variations, and we've also, if you're very familiar with the channel, we actually went to the Stanton Ironworks where they actually created these wonderful things to protect many a person during World War II. Now on this one, this would have been for staff of the airfield. We're not actually that far away from it at all, but like I said, we'll discuss that more when we go to the second one. I'll just do a bit different today, but yeah, here we are. Amazing. People have been dumping rubbish and cleaning out all sorts down here. So, you know, each to their own. Fires and everything else. it's weird because I was going to say if we'd gone to the other one first, this sounds a bit weird. If we'd gone to the other one first, I would have actually said on that one, by the way, there's probably more than just this one. But, yeah, we found another one. Although, from looking, I don't actually think that there's that many left now. In terms of, I think we might only be looking at the only, hopefully, I keep saying this in hope, when we do come across the second one, that we can say, okay, these are the only 2 surviving ones left. But there you go. We'll just take one more quick nosy through. Beautiful condition, really. I know some of you might look at this and go, really? This is good condition? I'm like, trust me. I think if we've seen our Stanton shelters, this one's actually pretty good. I don't know what all this is. There's like electronics and everything down there. There we go. Stanton shelter to protect the workers from the airfield in case of bombing. Right. Let's negotiate our way out. Come on. Right, so there's our entrance. Not much home to write about. Not much to write home about. Did I say that right? You get the idea. And we're just going to quickly take a look on top, because we might as well whilst we are here, of course. It is so well camouflaged in here. The only thing that gives it away is the slight brick topping that is there, but even then that's so well camouflaged within this, it just blends in so well to the background. You'd be mistaken for sort of just assuming that this was just something non-important. I'm going to try and move my feet around. There's loads and loads of debris around here, as you can probably imagine. Very cool. Beautiful condition, actually. I've noticed this on the outset here, if you can see that. Let me try and weave you in. Look at that. So you can see that there was bricks that framed the outside of the Stanton shelter with obviously concrete blocks. They're not really blocks, are they? They're sort of concrete capping in between. We've talked about all this before. You know the idea, and they're bolted in. So right, fingers crossed. Let's try and find number 2. Should we do that? Come on. Hello again. Did you miss me? So welcome to our second air raid shelter. I'm going to talk about the history now whilst we're here. Let me just have a look at that. Quite interesting. So we are affectionately known in Hampshire today, as I've mentioned, and we're at RAF, what would have been RAF Lasham, I think is the correct terminology for it, which now is probably well known because it's for gliders. So if you look across the airfield, which would be actually behind me, excuse the wind, that's where they do a lot of gliders. And originally in World War II, they also had mosquitoes here as well, which obviously are probably one of our most iconic planes among the Spitfire, the Harrier and the Lancaster bomber. And yeah, here we are. We're literally on the perimeter of the airfield itself, and you can see even now looking through this one as we go, we basically traversed in terms of air raid shelter wise. Yeah, it's quite interesting really because of where we're located. It's absolutely fascinating. And here is our other air raid shelter. Now I'm going to hold fire on the end of the video because I've got a really weird feeling there might be another one. So if there's not, we can end the video and we'll be polite about it and we'll be like, do you know what, we had a good old look. But without further ado, let's explore our actual one that we wanted to explore in the first place. So our second air raid shelter. Come on. Oh my god. Huh. Okay. So the first thing you notice, well, you might notice two things. One of them doesn't fill me with much joy, to be fair. Look at this. I can't actually get through that. That's annoying. Believe it or not, I can't actually get through that. That is hefty as anything. This is our second air raid shelter, our Stanton one. Same again. To our left on this occasion looks to be a toilet. It's a shame because the condition's really, really good. I have no idea though, however. Oh my god, what the frick is all this? Like moulds of something or other. Yeah, look, they're moulds of like busts. That's weird. I genuinely, everybody, I know you're probably screaming at me to try and get over, but I think that this, I don't know, hang on. Should we try and risk it for a biscuit? Let's try and do it. My only concern, however, always is to try and fudge. To try and get back. I can't actually stretch my leg. Can we go that way? Let's try and do that. Oh, here we go again. Another Phoenix history video that just turns into a freaking hodgepodge. I'm very curious. I do not want to see spiders up there. Oh my word. Bloody hell. Well, I'm making a noise. Oh god, I'm falling. Why? Why? Yeah, look, these look like little busts. Look, you can see face and legs that have gone missing from like an art. I think there was a famous art, wasn't there? What the hell is all of this? Oh my god. Let's keep going. Oh, sorry everyone for the camera work. You can understand why. Bloody hell. Yeah, I'm definitely not going any further. So we're about halfway in. This one is remarkably larger than the other one. It's about double the size. And as I probably mentioned before on Stanton shelters, they do come in really different shapes and size. Well, shape, but different lengths. As I said before, on the left there, number plate from a car. Slightly worrying when you see all this sort of stuff. Oh my god, I've got to get back. I'm glad I'm filming this for all of you lot out there. Sure, you're having a right good laugh. Ow. I've done it. God, the things I do. So yeah. Let's light up again. So second air Stanton shelter, everyone. Stanton shelter that was the one that I was initially just going to go into with the whim that there was going to be more, but this is the first one I should have gone into. My god, I tell you what, thank god we found that other one. Totally changed my mind about stuff. Oh, but I tell you what, the condition of it from the outside is absolutely lovely. Really clean, you know, beautiful condition. You walk in, you know, the imagination isn't hard on a place like this to sort of find, but yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wander. So if you bear with me, we'll see what else we might be able to find. Come on. Alright, so we're just going to walk up the top on this Stanton one. Strange actually, it looks a lot smaller from the top, but you know, as we always say, never can guess. What's great about this one is you can see where we assume the toilet would have been the toilet cubicle, and then obviously our ladder would have been here at some point, our escape hatch. One way in, the other way out. Perfectly straightforward design, but like I said, really clean on this one. Very impressive. Right, let's see if I can find any other stuff, and if not, I'll let you know either way. Let's go. Well, I'll be damned. So, just to put this in context, I've just literally walked past another one. We'll come back to that in a minute, because actually I don't think we're going to be able to get into that one as well as this one. Sorry for the wind again. We're in the middle of a field, just literally outside the airfield. Let's spend no time just wasting about on this. Let's get in there. So we've literally gone from looking at potentially 1 to now 4, and I did say, surprisingly enough, we might see some. This condition of this one is, oh my word, look at the state of this, in a good way. Wow, look at how clean this is. I might put this down on the record and say this might be the cleanest Stanton shelter I've ever been in. There is a tiny bit of rubble, and then again the irony that from the outside it's quite bad condition. Oh, Hampshire, you have treated me today. If you look at this, now that we've actually got an opportunity to see a cleaner one, you can see that, if I can get my finger of doom, there probably would have been a secondary brick wall that came out here, and then you would have had this narrow gate part here, or narrow slipway, whatever you really want to call it, because you can see there's a bit of brick there as well, and it comes out there, if you can see that. What amazing condition. So Stanton shelters, as I've mentioned, they do come, the shape of them, the design, is always the same. This sort of oval sort of shape. Most of the time, obviously, like we said before, from the Stanton Ironworks, feel free to check that video out where I explored their super rare ones. But sometimes you get toilets, sometimes you might even, in the case of the Cambridgeshire one that we explored, Stanton shelter-wise, that looked to be sort of holding communications in that one. But obviously we know that their primary use for where we are was air raid shelters because of its location to the airfield, which, if I take you outside, excuse the wind everybody, is literally there, beyond those trees. Like I said, that is now used for gliders. But wow, look at the condition of this one. Very, very cool. Total surprise. Wasn't expecting to see so many. Now, there's a good reason for that. Because in the historical... Let me stand back, I apologise. In the historical records, there's only one that's been labelled. And I would assume that many explorers have explored most of these, or tried to at least. We're going to go back and explore that other one. And I think that might be it. I've got a feeling there might be some beyond where I am as well, but... for today, we're just gonna, well, 4's enough, isn't it? How many more do you want? They're all the same design as well, so I mean, it's not like we're sort of missing out necessarily on these. It's just fascinating to see them, obviously, to see them in such varying conditions. So the one up there, we'll take a look at. I'm pretty sure we're not going to go into that one. It looks like, because it's on the private residency, which is just there, they look like they've tried to cap it over a little bit, so I'm not really in the mood to just sort of crawl in and out just for the sake of another Stanton shelter, which looks identical to these. I think you can understand that, but let me just take you out here, so we get hit by that wind. Look at the condition though, fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. And that's so nice. It's so nice just to sort of see them in a fairly good condition, more importantly. That's what I like about these, is that, you know, sad state of affairs is that World War II history, as I'm saying it to you now, is slowly disappearing and going into ruin. So we need to try and document these ones as best as possible. And it's with that, the that we look at probably the worst condition one on the site. So let's go take a look, come on. Don't worry everybody, I've not been crying. The wind has literally been stinging my eyes, making them cry. For Christ's sake, I'm in the middle of a field. Right, so I've just come to take you to the fourth and final one for today. You can see it's really overgrown. It's also on somebody else's property, so I'm not really going to do anything with this. The condition of that looks, again, who's to know from the outside, not as pleasurable as the ones from the inside. Now the reason for that, try and get you close enough that you can see this. There is a huge, and I mean huge, slab blocking about 2/3 of that. And for today, I don't really feel the need to sort of want to crawl into another Stanton shelter just to prove that we've seen as many Stanton shelters as possible today. So hopefully you can understand that. Also, just to make note, there's a lot of debris here from potential other remnants of World War II. All of that I'm pointing at, it might have been to do with the perimeter here. But as you can see, for this, see how overgrown it is. You can sort of technically walk around the back, but that is on their property. I want to be as respectful as possible. So yeah, we can say at least we found it. We found the Stanton shelters that shouldn't exist or that weren't labelled obviously on your normal sort of standard ones. Now I'm very aware that, like I said, most people will probably know about these ones, maybe. I don't think so. But also, if you're as geeky and as sad as me, you might want to look back, which is really the main purpose of this video, where it does label potential other shelters that would have been here for staff and crew all across this airfield. Former Look, I'm sorry, okay, this is just getting ridiculous now because I've just found another one at the end of my wonderful journey of videos and it was so well hidden. I think I've just got Stanton vision on. Stanton vision. This one is pretty much right by the entrance. Oh wow, you have spoilt me today, Hampshire. Please, wow, why is it? Look at this. Oh my god, this one's just as clean. And they tried to do some crazy weird stuff in here as well. Look at this. Oh bloody hell, I can feel them on me. Yeah, oh, okay, not good. There are thousands of midges. And I'm not going to stay in here too long. Oh Christ, they're everywhere. There are thousands of midges, everyone. If you can see them. Whoa, Christ, they're even... Oh, they're in my hair. Don't like it. Out, get off. Christ. Oh, God. Oh, God. Get off. Sorry. I literally just walked into Midge Alley there. That was the most stupidest thing you can do. I'm going to go back in again, of course I am, but I just need to get out just for a second. Look at this. Never ends here, does it? It just spoils us with the amount of air raid shelters. This is Air Raid Shelter Central here. Beautiful condition of these Stanton ones though. Oh God, really feel like they're all over me now. It's kind of weird. Unless you've been in a place where there are midges, you kind of feel like a... But you know, I just want to try and go in one more time. What's happened is that the top has been sealed. So all the midges are in here. Let's take our time, we're going one more time. They're like, oh, fresh meat. Let's go in quickly. Ooh. Christ, I bloody hate midges. I don't know whether I hate midges more than I hate spiders. Actually, no. When they're midges like this, I don't know if you can see this, everyone. There are hundreds and thousands of them. And I don't mean that in a good way. Why aren't there? The time when you want cave spiders or spiders in general, no wonder there's thousands of them. They're like, oh, 3 mil today. Yeah, I'm not going to get any closer than that. You can see that's literally the bulk of them that are all there. I don't know if I can try and... Nice bits of graffiti though. Oh, they're all over the place. God. Hopefully the camera's picking it up, otherwise you're thinking, oh, what the hell? Right, no, I'm getting out now. I'm going to feel them on me again. Right, let's get out. Oh, God, damn you. I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow with tons of the buggers bitten me on the side. I feel like they're on the side of my head. But yeah, there you go. What a strange old video we've done for today. With all these air raid shelters. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Sorry. Hate it. Hate that feeling. Literally just been eaten alive then, everyone. For your entertainment. Right. Okay, can we finally say we're done now? Let's just finally say that this show started off as just one Stanton shelter and we did 5. Is that good? Is that good enough for you out there, people of YouTube? And we covered the brief bit, tiny history of this important World War II airfield. Although I say important, it was in Hampshire. And that's not saying that's not important. It's just it was in Hampshire, and obviously its main focus, ironically, was mosquitoes. Then obviously its prominence, I think it was in 1950s, when it took over as what we now see the gliding landing area place that's here. Yeah, anyway, take care everybody, love to all of you out there, and yeah, because history matters, didn't say that last time. Kapow!